Look, bikes now. You ever tried drawing a bicycle? It's like the horse of non-animals. It's got a completely unmemorizable shape. And a saddle. But most of them do a good job. I'd even trust them to draw a horse on a bicycle. Still, we're here for the imperfections, and Apple's chain is too loose, Google is too toyful, Microsoft don't win things. Those 2 bits of dirt in Emoji Det's emoji designs really hold them back. Messengers is Tron. Seats above handlebars is weird. Then the other bad ones, so Joy Pixels. But then you have to go and put a person on it. Google's looks like a stationary bike. Microsoft's is exhausted. Samsung's leg to torso proportions. I guess a French hat is kinda appropriate. OpenMojis is someone with a cane taking a rest on a bad bike emoji. And there's genders, the gender bicycle. Very little to take interest in, but enough to say Apple, WhatsApp, WhatsApp. Then there's the mountain bike, which is a bike when it's in front of some mountains. Well, so here's the mountain lion emoji and the mountain goat. Very good timing on LG's Polaroid. Microsoft's head came off, but at least they've got ice cream. In general, let's go for visible tread, and that's Apple, Apple, Apple. Motorbikes, if you press the spacebar, it turns the other way. Emoji Dets is good, but they disqualify themselves, as they often do, with those corner shadow fragments. I know exactly enough about motorbikes to judge them on whether they look rock and roll. I trust Apple enough to guess that this is probably based on some real specific vehicle, maybe the iHog, but it's got a level of design awkwardness that makes me think they stole Clive Sinclair's sketches. Microsoft's is some horrible mobile medical bed when you go in for a procedure, one so invasive that you have to wear a helmet. And they too have a Tron past. Tron is one of those bad things that feels really close to a good thing, so it's very welcome on my channel. Samsung's Rider got done in a few updates ago, but the bike carried on without them. This bike made of wax. It's quite a different look with and without a humanoid on it, but the disparity in design quality has conveniently made that decision for me as Joy Pixels. If you want to do some motor scooting, that's a device with inherent goofiness, and trying to zazz it up is overcompensating, but this lawn emoji is a bad look too. Facebook's has a cynical expression. Go with JoyPix. A motorless scooter can bring a lot of perspective problems, but nothing interesting. WhatsApp do best. I know we've already seen the humanoid characters on these vehicles, so we know it's designed for them, but how would the emoji face species themselves get around? I've studied emoji lore deeply and concluded that they take public transport piloted by the humanoids. We're a subservient species to them. This can be surmised by the inclusion of a rickshaw, which is still a kind of bicycle if you use the definition of something with 2 or more wheels. Actually, with these side views, you can't prove that any of these have any more than 2, so there. Emojipedia's has a built-in toilet. So yeah, most of these cannot be for humanoid passengers because there's so little legroom in the back, hence this is how emoji are transported. I'm glad we cleared that one up. But just in case a human might also want to use it, after the human emoji civil rights revolution, let's find the one that's least buckled by the format restraints of square emoji design, and that's Joy Pixels. Chains is a strange one, how it's standardized in this 2-column alternating format that makes it seem like a Windows 95 tiled background. Emoji Dets look particularly weak, like they'll pull apart at both sides. OpenMoji is so low budget that they swapped out half of their links for string. Quite a lot of these look flat or flimsy, and it's Samsung that brings the most chainy action. If you liked this video, you could win a prize!